Hello, welcome back to Atlas Within. I'm Andres. Today we'll be doing a check-in. So it's day 59, 24th of July 2026. And as per usual, we'll begin with the weigh-in / measurement of the waist. However, before doing that, I'm going to backtrack to last week, or the last time I did the check-in, where you may recall I said I had increased in weight. I gained 400 grams of weight in that check-in. I couldn't understand why. It was an odd situation. Now, bearing in mind that check-in was done, or that weigh-in was done midday, so I had some fluids, I'd had something to eat, not much, but I thought the difference in weight wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't vary that much. However, the day after, I did weigh myself just to double check to see where I actually stood on a fasted weigh-in, and it turned out that I weighed 86.5. So that's a massive difference. That's a kilo, which I didn't expect to be the case. I didn't imagine that any liquids and solids that I had taken in would have made such a difference. I do also think it's to do with water retention, potentially maybe the creatine I'm taking that's causing this to fluctuate so much. It could also be maybe the weather. I don't know how much body tends to store water when it's hot outside, and if you're drinking a lot or not drinking enough, I'm not sure which way it goes or if it makes a difference. Long story short, massive difference. So actually, last week was the last check-in was actually pretty good in that respect, because I felt very good about my diet but wasn't too happy about the weigh-in. However, in light of the following day's weigh-in, that actually tracks really well, because it meant my eating was very good and my weight showed that respectively. So jumping to today's weigh-in, so interestingly enough, today I weighed myself, fasted weigh-in this morning, 87.2, so I've gone back up. However, again, I did weigh myself yesterday because I thought I might do the check-in yesterday, but in the end I did it today. I weighed myself yesterday and I was 86.4. Once again, that's a 800 grams difference. What is going on? I'm not sure. Now, like I said, it could be the creatine, could be the weather, could be a mixture of many things. So, yeah, this is a bit frustrating, because obviously I'd like to have a more consistent weigh-in and measurements. By the way, my waist has stayed steadily the same. It hasn't really gone down or up. It did actually go, did go up by 1, so it's a 102.2, whereas I think before last week it was 102.1. Tiny difference, but my weight is all over the place. So yeah, in terms of weight, I'm not really going to think too much about the weight this time round, just because the fluctuations have been very drastic. So I think I'll wait till next weigh-in to gauge how things are going. Overall, once again, my eating I think has been pretty good. I did have one slightly unhealthy meal yesterday, which kind of spilled over to today, because it was just basically chicken and chips. Once again, we had a visitor over. My mum actually came over. She was kind enough to bring us some food. Happened to be that, it's nice and easy. We didn't eat all of it yesterday. We ate some of it yesterday and then the rest of it today. So obviously not the healthiest food, but all in all, that's been, I guess, the most unhealthiest I've had. I did have some Pepsi as well with sugar in it. Eesh. Okay. So yeah, okay, but once again, the fluctuations from that one meal shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't vary as much as it is right now. So we'll see. Yeah, I guess the progress continues, whether it's up, down, all over the place at the moment. It's a bit of a weird one. So we'll move on to exercises. In terms of my training, it's going really well. I would say it's going fantastic. Making progress. So my 5k run, I managed to chip off some more seconds off my 5k run. I'm down to 24 minutes and 28 seconds. That's I think 30 or 20, I know this, maths, yeah, 27 seconds, I think, or 28 seconds difference. Caveat that it was hard. It was very hard to get to this time. For the first time ever, I actually felt tiredness and fatigue and kind of soreness kick into my lower legs, which I didn't expect to happen. I thought my upper legs would feel that, but no, it was my lower legs. I managed to make it, managed to complete the 5k, but it was hard. So the next session that I do 5k run, I'm not expecting to knock off like another 20 seconds or whatnot. I'll be lucky to probably knock off like 5 seconds, I think. Depends on how much energy I have and how much drive I will utilize to push me through to get a new record. But I do foresee things will start to slow down at this point. So yeah, 5k run's doing pretty good. We'll see how progress continues on that. Like I said, I think it will slow down, but so far so good. I haven't done the zone 2 training this time around in terms of between my last check-in and this check-in. I will do a session this weekend, so probably in about a day or two, so on the Sunday. So that will be a check-in for next time. Resistance training wise, I did change my routine, but all I did was actually add 2 extra exercises. So I added bicycle kicks and band rows. So those were good. I changed everything into supersets. So that's 2 exercises back to back for 3 rounds instead of 4 rounds, all of them. And that was 8 exercises in total. I'll put obviously on screen what it is, what my routine is, what exercise and what reps I've done. For all the other exercises that I've kept in, because I haven't changed any of them, I did increase the rep range. So they've all gone up a notch, and I've included 2 extra exercises to my routine. And yeah, it's actually been pretty good. I've done 2 sessions of those. I think in the next session I'll probably increase some reps for some of those, maybe all of them, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's a nice change up, and we'll see how long I do this one for. Hopefully maybe another week, 2 weeks, depending on how I'm finding it. But yeah, I'm happy with that, and that's going well. And that's pretty much it for this time around. It's a bit shorter, I would say, because things are moving along. Once again, the measurement side of it, the metric side of it, from a weight perspective, waist perspective, it's a bit of a weird one. I'm not entirely sure how to interpret what's going on. So I think I'll give it another week to just see if my weight does definitely decrease. I will probably weigh myself tomorrow, day after. I might do it daily or every 2 days just to see what's going on with my weight real time. The only thing I'll add on this one is today has been one of those days, not the best. I did contemplate whether or not I would be exercising, so I did actually exercise today. I did a resistance training exercise routine, did do that in the end, and then with this check-in, let's just say it took me a while to get set up to do this. I wasn't entirely sure I would do it. Motivation's been very low today specifically, so yeah, just wanted to kind of throw that in there, that that those challenges I think that you have when you're doing these types of things are just always there. It doesn't matter how many times you go through them, you overcome them, they come back. Whether it's new ones or old ones or whatever it might be, or maybe just having one of those days where you wake up and you just don't feel like doing anything. I certainly have one of those days that yeah, and I'm tired to add to it. Well, just feeling a bit tired. So yeah, things continue. The good thing is though, with this log I'm doing, it does keep me accountable, and it does force me to be a bit more productive, to be a bit more creative, to stick with it. Whereas I think, if I wasn't doing this, I could quite easily, for example, not exercise, not eat healthy, throw in the towel. Got a bunch of snacks in the showers, which you know what, for next time around I'll show you what they are. They're there. They've been there for about 4 weeks. So in the next one I'll show you what they are. Hopefully they'll still be there, which will be 5 weeks at that point. But they're my reward for when I'm done with this. So there you go. I'm not going to eat all of them though, you'll see why. But yeah, that's the check-in for today. Nice and short. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, see what's going on. Maybe figure out, might do some research to see what could be causing the sudden fluctuations in weight, because it just doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's possible that someone could fluctuate so much. At least I didn't think it was possible. The scale is telling me it's possible, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true. Or maybe my scale's broken. That could be another possibility. I do have an extra scale, so maybe I'll just start weighing on both of them. Yeah, actually, I'll do that. I've got 2 scales. I'll use both scales just as a backup, just to make sure I'm, my current scale isn't faulty or something. But yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in for this nice and quick brief check-in. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. All right. Bye.